And we are live. All right, guys, we are in beautiful Santa Monica, California. We're actually across from the Bodega Winery. I shouldn't call it a winery. It's more like a wine bar. And it's one of my old school favorite places. I used to go there in my heyday. And actually, that used to be a co-working space a long time ago as well. So anyways, we've got a little 2-camera setup here. And I'm with Carrie Peterson from Superior Reach,
Yes.
which is an agency. And what's going on? Why are you in LA?
I am actually here for a meetup with Kat Howell,
Okay.
FATC. She owns an agency overseas, and I'm just out here with my son, spending a little time in California, enjoying the weather. It's starting to cool off in Minnesota, where we're from, so just excited to be here.
Very cool, yeah. So I guess there's a couple of things that I wanted to capture in this conversation. So the first thing is I'd love to kind of dive deeper into, the realm and the world of Facebook advertising. So I know that my personal story is that I'm a big fan of Facebook advertising. We have some cool integrations. Facebook lead gen ads integrate directly to Dub via Zapier. That's kind of a new thing. It's called Dub Leads. We haven't formally announced that yet, but that's going to be a new thing that we're going to put out there soon. But, I've definitely been through the ringer on spending money in advertising, burning through a lot of cash, trying to get data, trying to A/B test, trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. And, was I burned? Maybe, or maybe it was just sort of the ultimate kind of learning process. I think one of my biggest frustrations coming previously from the agency space is people don't really understand the idea of learnings and the fact that costs money. It's $1,000, it's $10,000, it's $20,000, it's sometimes $100,000 of just learnings and data and figuring out what works. So that's my first question. What's the sort of necessary evil, the necessary amount of money that people should expect to pay to really get the learnings to understand what's going to work?
Well, first of all, I'll just preface by saying that you can spend a lot of money very quickly, but what's more important is that you take the time to do your research on the front end. So first of all, you have to figure out your persona. So what type of client or customer are you trying to draw in, right? In Facebook, there's an area where you can look at the analytics. You can see what that particular persona is doing, right? So you go into Facebook analytics and you do the research on the front end. Okay, you find out what are they reading, what are they viewing, what are they interested in, and then you can even niche it down even more based on demographics, age, gender, things like that. But you decide what your persona looks like, what is their issue, what is their problem, okay? So you have to kind of peel back the layers of the onion, right? When you get to the core service that you want to offer them, then you start building on that. So all that to say, how much money could you spend? Well, you can work with any budget. When I first started, running Facebook ads, I was doing $5 a day. Now with a video, that'll go very far, right? Videos, especially a live video, you could spend, maybe a couple cents per view. Recently, one of my clients had views for 1 cent. I was getting each view was 1 cent. So then what you do is depending on your budget, you're going to do retargeting. So you're going to remarket middle of funnel for that particular viewer. You're going to run another ad retargeting them. So if they haven't purchased or signed up, then you're going to run another ad that they're going to see a second ad at a different level, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you can bring it in through Messenger if you want. You can start engaging them with Messenger. I think everybody knows now Messenger is where things are going. Facebook ads. Facebook wants us to be marketing through Messenger and through groups and things like that. Mm-hmm. So they're going to show favor on that middle of funnel Messenger. So at that point, now you've really established that relationship. All this, when you're engaging with them and they're engaging with you, that's going to bring your ad spend down. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what people don't realize. They spend a ton of money driving people to their website. Okay, now you've got them there. How are you going to give them value or something that they can engage with, whether it's downloading or engaging, commenting on your video? You can actually embed it where they can comment below the video, embed your Facebook video. They can comment. Now Facebook sees that, right? So I'm basically giving you tips that you can bring your costs down. But you can literally start marketing for $5 a day on Facebook. And I would recommend video. And that's why I love Dub, because you guys are very, that is your platform, right? The value of video. And I currently use Dub quite a bit. I use it for prospecting, things like that. So it's very, very valuable. And, I think a lot of companies are either, like you were saying, they have a video phobia or they don't understand how many viewers they can draw in. That video could get them so much residual effect connect with those
Right.
potential people. So I don't know if that's kind of a roundabout way of answering your question, but I would say at least $5 a day, but move up from there.
Yeah.
And just
Well-
keep increasing your budget. So
Well, I love how you kind of made that very accessible and not intimidating. And, sometimes companies have decent budgets, and the place that they're putting those budgets is in different places. It's in conferences, or it's in sending people out to have meetings, in physical locations, expensive dinners, all sorts of things like that. So I think it's actually really interesting to let people know that, Facebook advertising is a very viable source. We do Facebook ads right now. They're pretty much all videos. The setup that we have for Dub is we have leads, which is top of funnel, and that's someone that's not signed up. Those are 100% lead gen ads. Those have lead forms that import the leads directly into the Dub sort of database, and then we send 3 personalized invites to sign up for Dub. So that's the way our kind of ecosystem works right now. And then those are 3 days separated, and each one of those has slight value prop. It's got some informative stuff within the email. And then after that, those 3 invites go out, then it triggers sort of targeted kind of email drip sequence. And that's just, I think it's almost up to 40 emails now. And that's just taking all the content that we've done. It's taking our daily Dub episodes, it's taking our blogs and our ebooks. The most valuable stuff is front loaded, and then it kind of goes down to the most accessible stuff, very general stuff, maybe less kind of Dub focused, less salesy. And then throughout that process, hopefully we hope that people see us on social channels, see us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, start to see the brand, start to see how kind of accessible we are, and then hopefully at some point click. And then that is what triggers our retargeting. And then that's our sign up campaign. So now we're trying to get our signups to then, of course, subscribe. So that's kind of middle of funnel, and that's a subscription forward thing. And then once people visit the subscription page, then we have subscription retargeting campaigns. And then those actually have a discount. So those are actually the only ads that have a discount. So if you want to get a discount, what you got to do is sign up, click, don't subscribe, and then go to Facebook, and then you'll probably see a little, 10% off. And the thing that's interesting is that, Carrie, you are actually a star in many of our ads. I don't know if you've seen that. So your testimonial, we sort of tested a lot of different things, and the ad that starts with, I think your testimonial actually converted the best. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, that's it's very flattering.
Yeah, so you're getting a lot of free branding and free advertising on Facebook from us.
That's totally awesome.
Yeah.
I love what Dub does because I think it's relationship based. So when I'm doing prospecting, whether it's online through sending a prospect email or whatnot, I can not only see the analytics for myself, but I can also engage with them. And even with the app, you can immediately, you're not always sitting at your computer, but I can use that app to, send something immediately when I get that prospect, because time is of the essence, right? So whether you're sending out lead emails or, you're trying to watch those analytics to see if they're not even interested, if they're not even opening it, that tells you something, right?
Yeah.
And so that's, whenever you're marketing, that's what you want to do. Is I think a lot of people start the ads, they don't pay attention to, what is their view rate, how long are they watching that. Facebook will tell you if they're watching over 3 seconds, 10 seconds. And then you can do a lookalike audience, a targeting audience. So there's, a lot of things you can do that people don't realize in the analytics piece. So I usually try to tell my clients, okay, this is what's working, this is what sometimes images do great. If it's a very visual product, if it's like jewelry or something, I've noticed that visual images do better than video. So it just depends on what product or service you're trying to promote. Mm-hmm. You have to try different types of ads. You have to try, video and try images and try asking them questions where they engage with that questionnaire, or you can do SurveyMonkey or things like that. There's different things that you can do to get them engaged. If you're not getting engagement on your page, then you need to be looking at, what type of people are on your page and what are their interests. There again, do your research.
Yeah.
So don't just put up ads, but actually follow up and go in there and look at the analytics.
Yeah. Well, that's some really important intel to me, because I think that my mind is so stuck in the video space that I think I just kind of defaulted to only doing video ads. So we don't have any image ads right now. And note to self, let's get some image ads to kind of test stuff out. I think I just got sort of, I don't know if it's brainwashed or what, but but I agree with you. What I love about the idea of an image ad, if it's cost per click, is that my understanding is that
with Dub, you can easily send your business videos from Gmail, LinkedIn, CRMs, and so many more places, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Absolutely perfect.
Screen records, landing pages that can really help businesses to grow.